Well, hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk with the Deal Maker. Before we get into this video, I know it's probably going to upset some people, especially the sunshine pumpers. But anyway, I appreciate everyone that is joining in, watching the videos. Please hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build this channel. I had an old one. I canceled it and I started over. So I would appreciate every bit of it. Well, let's get into it. As the title says, fire Beamer and hire Franklin before Florida does. Or for that matter, before anybody else does. One might think I'm crazy for saying that, right? Maybe. But people, let's just look at it. South Carolina just lost to Oklahoma Sooners at home, mind you, 26-7. The total passing yards that South Carolina had was 170. 54 running yards, rushing yards. 54. 54. But yet when Beamer does a post-game presser and he's asked, is he thinking about making any changes to offense? Well, I made changes last week. Next question. Okay, you made a change to the offensive line, sir. I didn't think that Sean Elliott would be able to fix it immediately. I didn't. But guess what he did do? He got rid of the pre-snap penalties that shoot yourself in the foot. But our play calling is absolutely horrific. I'm not saying fire the play caller. I'm saying let somebody else try it, sir. But let's look at your record, Mr. Beamer. This is the first 4 years as in your head coach tenure at South Carolina. You're 32-26. That's not including this year, 2025. So technically, if you add this year in, you're 35-30. You've only won 5 more games than you have lost at the University of South Carolina in the SEC. Yeah. That's pretty pitiful, right? And as a matter of fact, if you look at your SEC record, not counting 2025, you're 16-21. Now, here's the thing, people. Here's the thing. I am a Gamecock fan through and through. Have been all my life. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of people who put a lot of time, money, and effort in supporting this program, going to these games. And what we're getting is a clown show. At what point does someone say, hey, something's got to give? Because it does. Something has to give somewhere. And if you've got a head coach that's not willing to make the changes, and you're just going to keep stumping your toe, then what? I mean, isn't it bad enough that Williams-Brice Stadium was chanting to fire Shula? But yet right after the game, we did some good things, is what Beamer says. He was even asking he override a play. Yes, but I choose not to do that. Well, okay. Well, you're going to ride that donkey right on out of town, brother. Right on out of town. And why is now not the best time? Well, I say it is. Florida just fired their coach. Obviously, Penn State fired Franklin. Let's look at Franklin. Why I say let's go after him. A lot of people say, well, he can't win the big game. Well, this might be true. But how many big games has South Carolina ever played in? That was worth talking about. How many times South Carolina ever been to an SEC championship? One. Just one. Okay? In its existence since joining the SEC in 1992. Just one. Pretty sure Franklin's won a championship. Pretty sure he was in the playoffs last year. Pretty sure he was probably 1 or 2 plays away from playing for the Natty. He coached at Vanderbilt for 3 years. Now, we're talking Vanderbilt, people. Vanderbilt. The smart kids. Got to have really, really high GPAs. Years 11, 12, and 13. In those 3 years, he coached 39 games. He won 24 of the 39 and lost 15 in the SEC at Vanderbilt. Let's go back to Shane Beamer again. He's 35 and 30 in 4 years, or counting this year, 5. I don't think right there's much comparison. I believe that makes the point. Let's look at Penn State. He was at Penn State from 14 all the way through 2025. Coached 188 games, won 128, lost 60. It's almost 700, people. It's almost 700. I mean, what? That's his overall record. But what are we talking about here? What are we doing? What are we doing? The only way to make this happen, just like my buddy Carolina Jackpot said on his live, is for everybody to get on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. If you want it done, we've got to get it done. But do y'all agree that that's what we need to do? I mean, hell, I don't know. I'm asking. At the end of the day, something has got to give. Are we going to continue to go down this rabbit hole? And I like Shane Beamer, and I think he's a stand-up guy. Has nothing personal against him. But he's in over his head. He can't make the big decisions. He can't fire and hire the right people. I mean, getting people from out of Power Fours as coaches, retreads, and that's fine if it works out. But if it doesn't, you've got to be held accountable, sir. You do. And unfortunately, it's our dime. Our expense is the fans. Because right now, you have lost the fan base, sir. You saw the game, right? I know I did. I was sitting there. When the fire Shula chants start, well, next it's going to be fire Beamer. In the middle of the third quarter, when your stands empty out, you have failed, sir. You have failed. It's time to move on. Now, I'm not saying James Franklin's the cure-all, be-all, but he can come in and do a whole lot better than what we've got. And if we don't make the change now, we're going to be so far gone, we're going to be in such bad shape, it's going to take 2 or 3 years to dig back out of the hole. That's my opinion on it. Y'all might disagree. But anyway, this is Sports Talk with the Deal Maker, and I am the Deal Maker. Please like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. And I thank you.